Chapter 27. Vampires will never hurt you. Not good advice, actually.
No.
Author's note. You know what, 111, I'd not give a fuck what you preps think about me, 1111. So stop flaming to fucking story Biches, 111. Thanks to Raven.
Who we killed and murdered several times. Well, no, actually, it was just once, but then had all that horrible stuff happen to her.
Murdered, violated, but never mind. For love and sport in help. I love you, girl.
Yeah, you loved her so much.
Some icon update. Lol, I was really depressed. I slit my wrists. I had to go to the hospital. Raven Urok. Girl, 11111111. The X line, the 666, etc. Everyone in the room started to cry happily. I had saved them. When did this happen?
Lucius and them. She had a vision. We took a break, folks, so if we don't remember stuff, we're sorry.
Yeah, but I don't think she actually saved them.
Well, no, she personally didn't, but she had a vision so they could go rescue them.
Ooh, she had a vision.
Yes.
I've had those too. Usually after a bit too much drink. I don't think anybody should depend on those to save a life, really. But that's just me, and I'm obviously biased against Inobi here. The Draco Lucian, serious.
Seriously.
God, it's serious. Bond, serious Bond.
Yes, serious Bond.
Serious Bond vampire all came to hug me. The nurse started to give them medicine, apparently, while they were still hugging her.
And they were all shut up.
Yes, I forgot about that. Come on, Inobi. Oh my goodness.
Come on, Riley. I don't know the lyrics to that song.
Yeah, the way they spelled this, though, it seems like
Yes.
it's going to be a series of those like mob videos where it's like 100 people are going to do their thing on someone's face. That's the kind of thing that they mean here. Come on, Inobi, said Professor Sinatra. She was wearing a Gothic black leader dress. I don't know what a leader dress is. With a corset top and real vampire blood on it. And fucking black platinum boots. Those would be so heavy.
And they're fucking boots. So.
Yes. I guess it's like the term "can fuck me boots," I have to tell you the fucking petition. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't know.
Prediction.
Okay. I see it now.
And the leader dress, leather dress.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't really matter. I should just let it go, but I mean, come on. I'm sorry.
I locked Lucian, Seraphs, Drake, and Vampire. They nodded. So she's popping and locking.
Yes.
I smelled happily. I really never wanted to know that. And I went into a dark room. Touché. I had changed Professor Sinister, took out some black cards.
You
What?
changed her into some black cards?
I think there was a comma missing somewhere here, or a semicolon or something. She started to look into a black crucible bowl. Well, all right then. She said, "Tara, I see Drac times in here." She said badly. Oh. "Tara, I see Drac times in here."
She's been hitting the liquor, the fire whiskey.
She peered into the bowls.
Well,
It wasn't the first time. It
yeah,
wasn't
it
the
was not
first
the first time she saw Draco's nuts, so it's okay.
time. You see, you must go back in time. She took out a time toner. So close yet so far. She took out a time toner like Bloody Mary had. When Voldemort, the most refreshing villain, was in Hogwarts before he became powerful, he got his hearth broken.
Well, that wasn't very nice of him. Why did he do that? Why did he gut his hearth?
Broken. Now, do you think he would still become Wait, he would still become Voldemort if he was in love? But this isn't Voldemort, this is Voldemort.
Yes.
There's like some sort of Power Rangers team of evil, and they've all got slightly different names.
Maybe Voldemort is fucking with time, and that's why his name keeps changing, since they're doing a time toner, whatever.
You know, I would actually say that that's a really good idea, but that's actually far better than this story deserves.
Yes, I just came up with a actually pretty cool plot point.
Yes. You should write your own. I shook my head. You must go back in time and seduce him. Oh no, please.
Oh yes.
Happening. It is the only way. If he is still evil, then you must kill him. Why can't we just kill him now?
Then why is it the only way is to seduce him? Why don't we just fucking kill him? That's not the only way. If we could just kill him.
Yeah, I mean, we could just kill him and that would be okay. Also, time turners, the thing is, you have to turn them a number of times to go back that amount of time. You could do it, but it might take you a while to turn them so many times if you're actually going back any real significant, distance in time. Of course, they forgot this in the books and conveniently tried to write it out and pretend like it had never happened, which is another big problem I have with J.K. Rowling's pull it out of your ass school of writing. But still, this seems like a very unlikely solution for the problem. Also, if Voldemort falls in love with Enobi here, isn't that going to change some significant events? Like maybe it might cause a time paradox where in fact she never ends up going to the school in the first place or doesn't become a vampire or something like that. Even if she comes back, won't that mean that something has happened differently that might actually change her life?
We're not thinking that much into the story.
Apparently not.
Though this, if done correctly, could be really interesting, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it has the potential to be an interesting story. It just isn't. You can come to my room tomorrow and you can do it. Yes, well, thank you, Professor Sinatra, for volunteering your room for the seduction of
Voldemort, yes.
Voldemort, yeah, noseless, horrifying, appalling, evil bastard who has already disrupted like 3 Good Charlotte concerts.
Yes.
Okay, I said sadly. We did Death's to Sin. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I want to say I do know what that is. Like it's something like what I think she's trying to do is it's like a certain like hand symbol or something like that. But I'm not sure. I
Okay.
couldn't actually find it, but in my memory, it's something like a type of hand symbol you give to another person.
I know what hand symbol I'd like to give to another person.
I can give two right here.
Yep, I've got two of them for you,
So
Nobi.
that's four. That's you doing real good.
I went outside again, sadly. She does a lot of things, sadly.
Yes.
What fucking happened? Asked Draco and Vampire, who apparently said it simultaneously like the Doublemint twins. Yeah, what happened? Asked Darkness, Willow, and Boldy Mary.
Yes. Oldie.
If you're not sure, darling, I'm not sure. I was about to tell them, but, as in buttocks.
Yes.
I was about to tell them buttocks.
I was about to tell them, but my butt just spewed everywhere. Right then and there.
Well, it's just like before when she was like rubbing poop on her face, so there you go. They were celebrating Lucian and Sirius being fond. Oh dear.
Well, it's totally cool if they want to date each other, but isn't he kind of a racist asshole, and isn't the other one kind of an asshole who kind of isn't an ass? I don't know. I haven't read the books. I've only seen like one or two movies.
Let me just say that they would be an extremely, extremely unlikely relationship. Or how fond they were being and why people were celebrating this, but yes. Anyway, everyone was proud of me. Everyone was proud of me, but
Well, he did just poop everywhere, so.
yeah. Everyone was. I'm just going to say buttocks when she spells butt with two T's. I think that's more accurate. Everyone was proud of me buttocks. I just wanted to talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name. They were cheesing my name. Oh God. They were cheesing my name, and some reporters were there trying to interview Dumbledore.
No! It's a magic school! They can't see it! Or somehow that works. Why would reporters be there?
Well, there are actually magical reporters, like witch and wizard reporters who do like magazines and news and such. But it doesn't seem like she thought about that. A banner was put up. Lots of fucking preps were there, obviously. Tring, two big Gothic, wearing the hymn sign on their hands, to beat them not having actually heard of him.
How do you know that? How do you know they don't know who him is? And why would they try to be Gothic? It's not like it's the only way you can be, nor is it always cool to be goth.
Very true. Very true.
There are some goths that are assholes. That doesn't make them cool. That just makes them assholes.
Yeah, and everybody in the world does not want to be exactly like Inobi thinks.
I hope not, because Inobi's a bitch.
Yes, Inobi needs help.
She's special. She's actually in an insane asylum, imagining all this in her head as she stares out through her little window at the moon at night. In a straitjacket with the good drugs to sedate her.
I think that's actually giving this story far too much credit for having depth that it doesn't have.
Have you seen the trailer for that one? For the TV show? Well, I guess you don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Well, have you heard of a show called Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
And everybody didn't like it because they didn't know which part was supposed to be the real part. Like it took place in the real world, then it took place in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
Well, they're having one come on the Sci-Fi Channel or something like that. I've only seen the trailer for it once or twice, and it's supposed to be, and it just makes me think of Sucker Punch.
Ugh.
Where they're in an insane asylum or something, but this is supposed to be Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, lovely.
Oh yes, so it's Alice in Wonderland Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, so
I'm like, that wasn't even a creative title, you dumbasses.
Yeah, as you know, since people didn't hate Sucker Punch enough when it was Sucker Punch, we'll just make it into a TV show.
Yeah.
Basically, we'll rip off the entire idea and make it into a TV show. They'll love that because it's wonderful to be institutionalized. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, with a crazy chick who doesn't even know. I mean, the idea is kind of cool. Like, did this really happen, or is she just crazy? But nobody has done this idea well yet.
Yeah, it's one of those things that really, I think people should stop trying to do certain things because, yeah, you know, maybe you do think you're going to be the one to do it right, but, you know, statistically, probably not. I mean, I hate to be that way, but there are a lot of people that would like to think that they will, you know, they'll be the ones to, you know, to do it properly and everything, but no, the all likelihood that will not actually be you, and in fact, you'll just be contributing to making it as bad as before. Somebody will just look back on yours and go, yeah, that person completely fucked it up, but I can do better, and you probably can.
Yeah. I mean, yay for trying, I guess, but at the same time, I'm like that. I mean, even the preview for it doesn't look good. It just looks really stupid, and I'm just like, ugh. But anyway, continue.
All right. Yes. Trying to interview Dumbledore, whose name, for some reason, she cannot type Dumbledore. It's always Dumbledore. I mean, it makes him sound like some sort of large animal mascot or something like that.
Well, I was thinking a buffoon, but what do I know?
Well, maybe he's a buffoon mascot.
Mm.
A banner was... Oh, wait. I've already read that.
Oh, yes, we have, actually. I forgot.
Even Mr. Norris... Norrie? Perhaps it's French.
To be Norris, but I don't know.
Well, it's supposed to be Norris, but it isn't. Even Mr. Norris looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Crab and Goik set up some fireworks in the shape of skulls from Wesley's Wizard Wisers. Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Yes.
I put on my capital I invisibility coke. Yes, you know, you just do enough of it and you think you're invisible and it doesn't even matter if anybody else does. With Vampire and Draco, and we sneaked outside together.
For some reason.
For some reason, yes.
Chapter 28! I sound more excited than I am.
You sound like you're winding up for your Dumbledore voice.
What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? This is gangster Dumbledore, bitches!
Hagrid, you great fucking tit!
Author's note. I said stop geflaming the story. It was a miscat when Professor Realoy said that okay, 1111111. Go to fucking hell 1111. Ooh suck. Thanks to Philly for the help. Exclamation point. Raven, have fun with Kawaii 111111. Kiwi, not Kawaii. Yeah. My bad. Whole bunch of X's. 666, a whole bunch of X's.
Who or what is Kiwi? Has she been turned on to fruit? Is she going to Kiwi?
I don't know, but I would like some Kiwi. I'd like more of that Kool-Aid.
Oh, that yeah. Good. You mentioned that. It sounds good.
It is good. We went into, as in with the number 2, a black room. I don't know where you found this room. Is this Professor Trevelyan's room? Is this where you're supposed to do Voldemort? What?
This is the rave room. the unknown rave room in Hogwarts.
The walls were black with portraits of Gothic bands like If it's black, how can you see these portraits?
Well, maybe the just the walls were painted black and they had
My
the
cat's
portraits on.
meowing at me.
Hello, kitty.
No, JC, don't come.
So I guess maybe I was right. Maybe this is the rave room.
See, I'm okay. I just coughed. Yeah, there you go. Where was I? My cat distracted me. Gothic bands like MCR, GC, and Marilyn Manson.
Marlon Mason.
Oh, Marlon Mason. All over them.
I don't know who Marlon Mason is, but it must be the most goth. But they're not sounding goth at all. Marlon Mason sounds like a 50s housewife. Seriously. It's the Marlon Mason show.
Let's see. All over them. A big black coffin was in the middle, for some reason. Red velvet lined the black block box. There were 3 chairs made of bones with real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar.
A bar, eh?
Yes, a bar. A black corset bar.
Maybe it's just like one of those censor bars. It's just like kind of stuck across her chest. Black
Well,
bar.
good. We need a censor on her clothes because we don't want to read that no more. With purple stuff on it. We don't know what it is. It's just some purple stuff. Maybe it's paint. Maybe it's puke. Maybe it's that poo I spewed it out of my butt earlier.
Yes,
We're not
fake,
sure.
It's fake dog poo. They got that from the Weasley twins.
Fishnet sucking. And a black leather thong underneath.
That's all she's wearing.
Yes.
So she's got a bar across her chest with purple shit on it. Fishnet
Suckings.
suckings. What happened to the rest of her clothes?
It disappeared due to easy convenience of just pretending she wasn't wearing anything at all. I sat down one of the chairs dispersedly.
I don't even want to think about how that was accomplished.
No. So did Draco and Vampire. Are you okay? Vampire asked, potting his alabaster hand on mine.
Oh, bastard hand. Goodness me.
What? How is anything wrong? Why would you need to ask? Like,
well, she did say she walked out sadly. Maybe she's still being sad, even though they're under the invisibility cloak that they are apparently still wearing.
But they just rescued their dads, or whatever. I don't care anymore. He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish with red crosses on it.
This is essential to mention.
Yes, because it's so important. Yeah, I guess I said sadly. Draco, I don't care anymore. Also put his hand on mine sexily.
Oh, well, thanks for the toque, Draco.
Yes. I smiled sadly with my black lipstick. The problem...
So you're just like holding it up next to you and smiling sadly?
Yes. The problem is I have to seduce Voldemort. You'll have to go back in time. Draco started to cry sadly.
I'm glad she made sure to mention that he was crying sadly and not happily.
Yes.
But I can't help but think that maybe he actually was crying tears of joy, but she just misunderstood as she misunderstands everything in this.
Yes.
I will just conveniently believe, I will choose to believe that he was actually relieved that she was going back in time. And
he didn't have to deal with her stupid skank ass.
For a bright, shining moment, she might be lost to time.
Vampire hugged him. It's okay, E-Bobby, he said finally. But what about me? You're not gonna break up or anything, are you? Why would she do that? Why would she do that, and why would you be so accepting about it?
Also, why are they Why are they so cool with her being like, yeah, I've got to go back in time and seduce Voldemort?
Yeah, it's not like he's dangerous racist or anything.
Like, who would seriously be okay with that? Who would seriously be like this? I mean, of course they are, crying and sad and whatever. I would be like, what in the fuck? Who came up with that dumbass, stupid idea? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course you're not going to do it. We'll just kill him now.
Of course, as in something is coarse, not smooth. Of course not, I gasped. Why would you gasp it? Really? He asked. Sure, I said. We French sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly.
Wait. Oh, wait, okay. I was mixing up who was speaking because this isn't written very well.
No, it's not. Then, I took off Draco's MCR shrift.
Yeah, he got the short shrift, that's for sure.
And seductively took of his pants. We're at communion again. We're once again at communion. He was hung like a slow.
I wouldn't say that.
He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said Inobi on it. Black roses were around it. Wait, he...
What?
He replaced the vampire tattoo that he had with that she noticed like way back in chapter 4 or something.
Yes, I know, but that's not what this says.
I know, but instead of saying vampire, it said Inobi. So it was a vampire on his arm or wherever that said Inobi, and he replaced it with black roses that used to around where it used to be, I guess. Whatever. I gasped. I would too. What an asshole. He looked exactly like Gerard Way somehow. Vampire took a video camera. I had said it was okay before. No, you didn't. And it wasn't okay before because there was like some assholes outside your window while you were taking a bath, even though you were dressed, that were making a film of you. And you said, and you shot them.
Also, I would like to note that Draco Malfoy whatsoever even remotely resembles Gerard Way. Like, I looked up pictures of this dude. He does not look like Draco Malfoy.
No.
Not even if you squint. No.
I took of my clothes, then we were in for the rid of our life.
Well, that really moves me.
I know, man. That has so much meaning, so much emotion behind it. We started.
I need to take off my clothes den. Whatever a clothes den is. It sounds like a nice boutique clothes den, you know.
Yeah. We started Frenching as we climbed.
Fetching.
As we climbed into the coffin.
Why?
I don't think that would make a good place to have sex.
And why was it even there? Why is there a room? Why is there a black room?
With band posters all over.
Yeah, with band portraits all over it, and like chairs made of bones with skulls in them. Why would this be in Hogwarts? And if it is in Hogwarts, wouldn't it be something that probably is not where you should be? Like maybe it's some sort of very dangerous magic, because you don't typically use like bone chairs and skulls for everyday magic.
Yeah. He put his Spock in one, and passively we did it.
No. 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 My Immortal, a compelling argument for sex education in schools.
written by George Takei.
No, I'm pretty sure he knows how to do it.
I love you, Ibobby. Oh, I love you, Ibobby. Oh, let me feel you. I need to feel you, he screamed as we got an orgasm. We watched vampire filmed everything perfectly. Wait, you're having sex and you're just watching vampire filming it. Are you making a porn video? Are you intending to make money off this? What?
Good job filming it perfectly. That'll be great for the HD re-release.
Suddenly, what the fuck are you doing? It was Snope and Professor McGonagall.
Well, at least it wasn't Dumbledore. I love that. Snope and Professor McGonagall. Oh, dear.
One.
Chapter 29. Author's note. What? Sort das fuck up 1-1? Or just lose? Cause prep so fuck goo 1-1-1-1 Raven. I can't even say her name anymore. Raven, you rock girl fangs for the help MCR rock 666-11111. Oh my Satan one! We screamed as we jumped out of the coffin.
Oh, you jumped out.
Yes. Whatever that means, they did it. Snap and Professor McGonagall started to shoot at us angrily. Oh my.
Wow, where did they get guns from? I thought they had magic wands.
You know, Professor McGonagall is one street bitch. She knows how to handle a piece.
Yeah, she's been on the streets for a while.
Yeah, she's hard and she's a hard woman. Come now, Professor McGonagall.
No,
they just
reread that.
Huh?
Reread it.
Come now, one. Preacher, McGonagall yielded. Yes. Well, you're now she's a preacher instead of witch, and she's a moment too late, as they have just done that, presumably. But yeah, preacher McGonagall yielded. We did guiltily. So they just had a second.
Yes.
Climax? Okay. We left the room putting on our clothes. Snoop gobbed the caramel and put it in his pocket. I don't know where this caramel was. I don't know why he was putting clothes on it.
I don't either. And I technically like caramel, but I don't think I'd want to eat that, depending on where it was.
Yeah, it just sort of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Hey, what the fuck, 111? Vampire shooted angrily. Preacher McGonagall. I remember.
That's why when you said professor, I'm like, nope, reread that.
It was just so much wrong in one short, condensed place. Yeah, Buster, what the fuck are you going to do with the fucking camera? Jack,
what do you think he's going to do?
Jack demanded, all protective, looking at me longly, whoever Longley is, with his gothic red eyes.
They have red eyes.
Look, Dumbledore. Dumbledore knows your little secret.
The Dumbledore knows. Oh, okay.
He worked. That's his. You don't say that at school, Draco. That's his name when he's working at St. Mango's. Dumbledore knows your little secret, and if you do this again, then you will go. You will go to St. Mango's. So give back the camera, 1111. Ha 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 ha.
There's no quotations.
What? Yeah. Seriously, there's no quotation. This is part of the narration. Ha 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 ha. The mystery of Mogig. Thinks he's crazy. There is no way they will believe him. Snoop laughed meanly. Okay, that strange aside, apropos of nothing. But, I mean, if the mystery of Mogik, whoever the fuck they are, thinks he's crazy, then why is he still in charge of the school? I would just like to ask that. Yes, so shut your mputh, you innocent fools, yelled the extremely...
Out of character?
That, and she's just making up words now. Yelled Professor McGonagall. She made us come into a weird room with white stones all around it. I think that's probably grounds for dismissal, actually, regardless of what you were doing. There were all these weird tools in it. Draco started to cry, all sexy and sensitive. Get it, 'cause he's a sex-born lol Tom fell not rules for live but nut. As mooks as Gerardo sex on legs I love you for Kang Rook marry me 111. I'm not reading that over again.
No, that doesn't even make any sense. So we'll just keep going.
She's pooping bloody tears.
Yay, pooping bloody tears.
I started to cry tears of blood. It happens in Vampire Chronicles. Raven said so. Okay, so far.
Why are you trying to... I can't think of the word. Why are you trying to prove yourself now? You've already cried tears of blood several times. We don't need proof that vampires will cry tears of blood.
And there's no need for justification because there were no fucking vampires in Harry Potter to begin with.
Thank you for the word.
And misappropriating something from another work of fiction that may not even be based in the same universe, and in fact probably isn't. It doesn't matter. It would be like, I don't know, it would be like me writing a story, you know, like my comic Incubus Tales, and saying, oh, you know what? In X-Men, you know, Magneto has powers over magnetism. What does that have to do with anything? Nothing! But I'm saying it. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why bring it up? Why bring it up? What does it even have to do with anything?
Your vampires in your story cry tears of blood. So, they cry tears of blood. That's all we need to know.
Yeah, I mean, she goes out of her way to justify so many things that don't really need any further explanation or justification. You can just sort of assume that that's how they are.
Yeah.
And yet there are other things that she never mentions, or she completely omits, or forgets about, or claims when she just, you know, claims something completely the opposite. What about that? Why do we need justification for things that we can just kind of assume that's the way they go, and we don't get anything for the things that we really go, you know, I would really have liked to understand what the hell she's thinking there.
She's not. So there's no thinking required. Well, there is thinking required. There's no thinking going on here. And I think we're wasting our time by actually trying to put legitimate thought into this.
Probably. Vampire took out a black handkerchief and started to wipe...
Skeeter, what were you doing in there?
And started to wipe my red eyes. And then... he and Snoop both took out guns using magic.
For some reason.
For some reason. They started to shoot each other angrily. Because this is totally okay in a school setting, you know, to have this and to do this. It's totally permissible. None of the ballots got on charter yet. None of the ballots got on charter yet. I took out my Prozio, I shouted. Whatever that means. Snap stated to scram. He dropped the gun But it was too late. Both of them had run out of ballets.
Oh no.
So yeah, I mean, you cannot do the pas de deux anymore. No more ballet. I stopped the curse! Professor McGonagall did a spell so that we were all chained up.
Because she's suddenly a villain now.
Yeah, I mean, if her earlier stunt with forcing them to ejaculate in a stone circle, which has seemingly vanished or been forgotten about, I think chaining up students would definitely cause you to be at least under a sort of professional review.
Mm-hmm.
She took out a box of tools. Then she said, "Okay, Cerberus, I'm going to go now." She left. So she took out a box of tools and then she left.
Yes.
Why she would do this, I don't know. Why she would even take out a box of tools that she wasn't about to use or take them with her. Why she would... This is stupid. This is stupid. This would be like you writing... Yeah, you know... So she tied them up. She menaced them. She took out a box of tools and she left the room. She was like, yeah, whatever. Fuck off. Watcher, I'm out. Peace. Okay. Good job building that up.
Uh-huh.
Glad you didn't end up doing anything with it. Snap started to laugh evilly. Vampire started to cry. Yes, exactly like that. It's okay, Nobi, said Draco. Evergreen will be all right.
Well, I'm glad the Evergreen will be okay.
I wasn't laughing. I wasn't asking about the goddamn forest. Remember the CDO took of Snake.
Well, what does that matter?
I don't even know what a CDO is.
If he kills you, so what? That will be because you're the only one who knows where that is, presumably.
Yeah, I mean, if he kills you, then you're not going to be able to tell anybody about this CDO. Snape laughed again. Well, he hasn't said anything, and he's been laughing for like the past 5 minutes now, so... And then he took out some whips. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Chapter 30. Author's note. Stop flamming the story, okay? You didn't know what's even gonna happen. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So, fool you. 1, 1.
Fool you? That's a new one.
Fool you. If you flam, you will be a prep, so all flamers can kiss my ass. 1, 1, 1. So's for saying Alzheimer's is dangerous. But
what?
That Saws for saying Alzheimer's is dangerous, but that's the mysteries opinion cause society basically sucks. Thanks to Raven. Sorry for saying Alzheimer's is dangerous, but that's the ministry's opinion cause society basically sucks.
When did she ever say that?
She said something like Dumbledore had Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she?
Yeah.
You know, although I do want to use the word dongerous, unironically.
Well, instead of how are you doing, are you doing well? I'm like, is your dong well?
Dongerous.
Because apparently I can't type.
The dongerous Hushicho.
I also love how she's like, cause society sucks. And I'm like, but Alzheimer's can be dangerous. Because it's fucking Alzheimer's. That can be highly dangerous.
Or dongerous, is the case.
Yes. Thanks to Raven, you rock big. 1, 1, 1. No, 1, 1, we scream sadly. No. Snap stated loafing meanly.
Loafing meanly. Loafing meanly.
Yes. He took out a camera anvily.
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 Like an anvil?
So it was a really heavy camera.
I guess so.
Then he came towards Draco.
It's not quite towards. It's like turds, but with an O.
He took some stones out of his pocket. He put the stones around Draco and lit a candle.
There are a lot of stones in this room. I think they forgot about the white stones that were supposed to be in this room.
Yeah. I guess because the black room was cool and shit, the white room with stones is actually evil.
Yeah, why exactly was there even a combination rave / goth orgy room anyway?
I don't know.
If they didn't want people to go into it, you'd think that they would have hidden it in a better way or restricted entry or something like that, because they've got all these mechanisms for restricting entry to, like wrong houses if you're not part of this house, or wrong bathrooms or whatever. Seriously.
I'm still curious of how you can knit a candle.
I don't know. I think this is more like knits, like lice.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing? I shooted angrily. Snoop laughed meanly. He pulled?
He pulled?
He pulled down his pants. I gasped. There was a dark mark on his you-know-what. 1-1.
I guess it would be a dork mark. Also, when did Snoop Dogg get here?
I don't know. But he's here now. He's gonna rap some, I guess. He waved his wand, and yes, and the nymph came. He waved his wand, and the nymph came. Okay. He gave the knife to me, but you're chained up. Why would he give a knife to you?
Your guess is as good as mine.
You must have vampire, he said to me. If you don't, then I'll wrap Draco one.
Oh, so he is rapping?
Yes. Okay. Well, that's not so bad. No, you fucking bastard one, I yielded.
No, Bastrad.
Oh, Bastrad. I yielded, but then Draco looked at me sadly with his evil gothic red eyes that looked so depressant and sexy. He looked exactly like a pentagram.
That's kind of horrifying.
Well, get it, 'cause I'm a Satanist.
Yeah, actually, that's not really a exclusively satanic symbol anyway, but...
No. But we apparently don't know and don't care. Between Kurt Cobain and Gerard.
So he looked like a pentagram between two other people.
Yes.
That is really disturbing. Like, what kind of person changes into an image that is a pentagram between two other people?
He looks like a cross between Kurt Cobain and Gerard.
You know what? Fuck you. Not you. Fuck you, writer.
Yes, we think we're being clever, but we're really not.
Didn't even spell pentagram right. Pentagram.
But then I looked at Vampire, and he looked so smexy too, with his gothic black hair. I thought of the time when we screwed, and the time I did it with Draco, and Dumbledore came, and the time where Draco almost committed suicide, and Vampire was so supportive.
So sportive?
So sportive.
You know what? I have to say that this author has one of the worst commands of the English language that I've ever seen. But when you were talking about, like looking back fondly on times you were intimate with someone, and clearly trying to elicit an emotional response in your audience. When you say, "I thought of the time when we screwed," that's the kind of plain sort of way that you'd hear it said, and it's just always like, "Yeah, remember that time where we screwed." It's not poetic at all. It's not romantic at all. It's like, but soft, what light through under window breaks, but soft, what time last week when we screwed like rabbits. I don't know. I just think it's very tacky.
It is. I'm thinking about all this irrelevant stuff that didn't actually happen.
And what relevance was it that Vampire was a sports sort of type? He's sporty. Why did that matter? What did that have anything to do with it?
I thought only preps were sporty.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Snipe laughed angrily. He started to pray to Voldemort. Well, he's not a god, guys. Even they know that.
Yeah, and yeah.
Wrong prey, I believe, as well.
Yes, very wrong prey. I was thinking about mentioning it, but then I was just sort of like, why bother?
He started to do an incapacitation dance.
That's a very bad dance, speaking from former dancer.
He started to do an incapacitation dancing around the strokes. Wait, around the strokes?
The Stokes? Oh, the Stones.
Oh, wait, what? Around the Stokes whipping Draco and Vampire.
Yeah, I think she meant stones. Otherwise, I cannot understand what she meant. But I'm just going to go with stones.
Okay. Vampire... wait. Suddenly an idea I had.
That's a bit of a dramatic way to say it.
Yes. I closed my eyes and using my vampire powers, I sent a telepathic message.
No. No, she sent a telepathetic message.
Oh, a telepathetic.
So it was remotely pathetic.
Yes, I was going to say it's rather pathetic. Message to Draco and Vampire so they would destruct Snape. I don't know how they could destruct Snape when they were being tied up and whipped, but okay.
Yeah, she's the one with the knife. I mean, he gave her a knife.
Yes, for some reason.
Why wouldn't she just stab Snape instead, or Snipe, as the case may be?
Dumbledore will get you, Draco shooted.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Yeah, just wait up till the mystery finds out 1-1. Vampire yelled. Meanwhile, I took out my wand. I was going to piss all over Snape until he cried.
Yay!
You ridiculous dunderhead, 111, Snoop yielded. He took off all of Griso's clothes just as he was about to rape him. Crucio, I shifted, pointing my wound.
Crucio spell? It sounds like something you'd send back at an Italian restaurant.
Crucio, I shifted, pointing my wound.
Oh my god!
I read the shifted and I'm like, wait, no, that's shit.
Oh, pointing your wound. You have a high opinion of your body.
Yes. Oh my god.
Well, I guess we know what the Crucio spell does now and why people don't like it.
Yes. Snoop screamed and started running around the room screaming.
Oh, screaming. Oh, that takes me back. Doesn't it take you back?
Oh my. Meanwhile, I grabbed my black mobile. Mobile or mobile?
Either way is technically correct. It's,
okay.
Mobile is usually a adjective, like are you mobile, and mobile is like a noun. But I don't know. I was having flashbacks to the Batmobile, and this was the Blackmobile, like it was some sort of a goth car or something like that, for some sort of goth-themed superhero or something like that.
Well, this isn't Me Against the World, so we don't have anything as awesome as tourists showing up, but...
Well, you know.
Okay.
We do have poop, though.
Yes, we have plenty of that, and pee now, too.
We have a feces.
I could get fired for that, even though I'm the headmaster. Meanwhile, I grabbed my Blackmobile and sent a text to Sirius. I stopped doing Crucio.
You can't really stop doing it. It's just one of those things that just happens, you know. It's not like you start and stop doing it. I mean, you just do it. It's not a process. It's a spell that happens.
You dunderhead 111. I'm going to shooted Snape, but suddenly Cerberus came.
All over his face.
Yes. Even though Snape and Cerberus are the same person.
It's the same person.
Snake put the whip behind his back. Oh, hello, Cerb. I was just teaching them something, he lied, but suddenly Lucian and Professor, I guess that'd be Professor, Trevelyan came in.
Well, close enough anyway.
Yeah.
Close as we're going to get.
Trevelyan came into the room, and they and Sirius unlocked the chains and put them around Snap. Then Professor Trevelyan said, "Come on, Ebony, let's go."
Chapter 31. Author's note. I said, shut the fuck up, you queefs. I guess that's supposed to be queefs. Is she trying for creeps, or is she trying for queefs?
I thought she was trying for queers, but I don't know.
Well, she got close to queefs, so I'm going to just presume she's calling them vaginal farts. In a way, that's almost a metaphor for this entire story.
Yes.
111 stop. Kaylin Ebony Maris. Okay, not even no woods. Gong to Happenock, so fuck you 111, thanks to my BFF Raven for the help. I swear, I can't get through one mention of Raven without laughing. Sorry about all the
It's okay.
Raven murder, my BFF. I mean, my God. I still cannot get over that. What kind of horrible person would you have to be? Just gloss over something like that.
What kind of horrible person? Ebony.
Enobi! Yeah. I always knew you were on Voldemort's side, you son of a Beatka. Boofy Rocks 111. Sirius said to Snape. No, I'm not. I was teaching them something once, Snap clammed. Oh, fucking yeah? I took some black Volremortserum out of my pocket.
Where did you get that?
I don't even know what Volremortserum is. Who gave her Volremortserum? When did we ever establish what it even was? He made Snap drink it. He did angrily. Then Lucius took out a tape recorder and started playing it while he did curses on Snap. This is, curses, which are forbidden.
Well, I kind of think Lucius is, luscious.
Yeah, well, you know, in that story I wrote, his name was Luscious. So, anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, then Professor Sinister and Lucian made us get out with them while Snape told his secrets.
For some reason.
Made us get out with them while Snape told his secrets. Why would that doesn't even make any sense. Lucian took Vampire and Draco to the nurse after thanking me a million times. Professor Trevelry took me to a dark room. Hope it wasn't the same room you fucked in. Now I was going to go back in time to seduce Bogsamort.
Because what just happened wasn't dangerous or anything, and you might want to, chill out for a few days before you do anything fucking dangerous like going back in time or having anything to do with Voldemort.
Right, and of course no one has brought up the fact that this is an extremely irresponsible plan, that it's highly ill-considered, and that the only person who actually, vouches for this plan's accuracy is the person proposing it. So, why hasn't anybody else been consulted? Why isn't anybody else going, you know what? She's a student, so really, that's not probably the best thing to do. Now I was going to... Moving posters, MCR, and Nirvana were all over.
Nirvana is not goth.
Yeah, and is this the same black room?
I don't know. This is a dark room, not a black room, so.
Ah. Hermione, Darkness, and Willow came too. Bloody Mary gave me a black bag from Tom Ridd's store. You know what? That's the thing, like Tom Riddle.
Yes.
Maybe shouldn't they know? I don't know.
No, everybody in the story is stupid.
I mean, if he's there, and he's physically there, then obviously there's something going around with the time stream anyway. But if he's physically there, couldn't they just, I don't know, instead of going back in time, just go to Hogsmeade and go to his shop and seduce him? I don't know.
No, we couldn't do that, because by this time, Voldemort's a dirty old man. We have to go back in time when he's hot and sexy.
Hey, but Tom Riddle is, and he's basically Voldemort, so I don't know. Anyway. What's in the bag? I asked Professor Trevelry. You will see.
Why did you ask her when it was Bloody Mary that gave it to you? How the fuck would she know?
Maybe she's testing her powers of divination. I opened the bag. In it was a sexy, tight, low-smut, black leather Gothic dress. Oh, honey, there ain't nothing low-smut about this story. It had... Also, I'd like to note, I've gone on these tangents before. I think it's ridiculous that every fucking thing this woman owns appears to be leather. But leather is not cheap. Leather clothes are not cheap. How many hundreds of dollars has been spent on this girl's wardrobe? How many hundreds of dollars have these people spent on leather togs for this weird girl that thinks that everything must be made of leather? Like I said before, I've known people that call themselves leather daddies and they've had less leather than this person. It had red corset stuff, which we're not actually learning what that is for our story. We're just going to call it stuff. Presume you know what stuff we're talking about.
It was more shit and cum.
And there was a slit up the leg. Can we not use the word THE? What is the deal with DA as the? It's not the. It's da. It's a different sound. Don't use it. I put it on. My friends helped me put on black fishnets and black pointy boots Willow had chosen. Willow and Darkness helped me put on black eyeliner and blood red lipstick. Bloody tears. You look fucking kawaii, bitch, Bloody Mary said. Fangs, I said. Next time we meet, I want you to say that to me.
You look fucking kawaii, bitch.
Yep, there you go. Just practice it for next time.
I'll probably forget until you're like, Kassie, Say that thing. Say it.
No, then I'll forget and I'll be like, what was I gonna say in return?
Fangs.
Oh, fangs. Yeah. Okay, now you're going to go back in, Tim.
Oh, we're going into Nintendo Capri Sun. We're gonna go inside him. I've been watching a lot of Runaway Guys.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's a Let's Player, and let's see, Nintendo Capri Sun, aka Tim, Chugga Conroy, Emil, and Proton John do a co-op channel together called the Runaway Guys.
I was just thinking, honestly, of Tim Drake, the third Robin. So,
well, I was.
Sorry to bring him into this, although
okay.
to be quite honest, it's better than most of the stuff he's been written lately. So,
well, I'm sure Nintendo Capri Sun is just like, what the fuck am I doing in a bad fanfic story? I thought that was Chugga and John's thing, like, because they have fanfiction written about them apparently.
honestly, we probably have fan fiction written about us. We just haven't discovered
dear
it yet.
God. Well, hey, I'd read it on the show.
Yeah.
That doesn't exactly mean do it, but if it's written, I will read it on the show.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be really fucking weird.
It would be weird, but when I was doing another podcast, one of the things that, and you were on that podcast, we I think we talked about this. One of the only. See, we actually had a lot of people listening, but one of the only things that we actually got in terms of like mail was this dude that apparently, from what he said, it was, let me say, an intimacy assistant for him. Anyway, so I mean, I'm not putting it past anyone. I'm sure there's probably fan fiction out there somewhere. Where was I?
Like
okay,
I said,
now you
I'd
get
discourage something like that, but that'd be a little weird.
It would be rather weird.
If people like writing about real people, that's fine. It's just, I just find that strange myself, but
Yeah, it makes me feel like it's kind of odd. Like even when I'm doing like, works based on a series or whatever, I just feel like, of course, I don't usually want to know about like the actors or whatnot. Like I don't really care about them.
But I do like the characters they play.
Right, and I can deal with doing up fictionalized things of the characters and doing my own take on the characters. But when it comes to like real people, it makes me feel really uncomfortable to do that. I mean, I'm sure some people I know some people get interested in it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I just don't get it. Like, it's just something that never really was anything that I could really understand.
Well, when it comes to Let's Players and things like that, I sort of understand, because most Let's Players, they act differently for their YouTube stuff than they do in person, so it's more of that character.
Right.
But it's, it's more like I'm Caleb, and I used to be able to be like, that's just something I hide behind, that's not me, but the more I've used it for years, and now it's just as interchangeable as my name.
Right.
To call me Caleb or whatever. So, it depends, I guess on each person's, how they feel about who they are online and who they're not. I don't know. But for the people who like that, that's cool and everything. It's just, I know they get a lot of hate anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
that is weird to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to push hate on anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, if that makes you happy, then you should.
Yeah, that's
because it's not
fine.
harming anyone. I mean,
no, as long as you keep it a fantasy and know that's what it is,
right?
It's perfectly fine. But anyway, sorry for that tangent, everybody.
No, it's totally fine. I mean, we've got to do something to relieve people from this story. this alleged story.
This isn't a story. This is a butt fuck that went horribly wrong.
This is a sideways butt fuck. That's great. That's great. I think that's what I'm going to think of it as now forever.
With a shovel. Rusty shovel with somebody else's nasty blood all over it. Ew.
Okay, let's stop right there. We're not going any further.
Okay. I'm sorry, I went a little too far anyway. Maybe I'll cut that out.
It'll be even funnier if you leave it in and talk about cutting it out. Anyway, said Professor Sinister. Yes, that's your new name. Professor Sinister, that's you.
Mine?
Yes, you're Professor
Actually,
Sinister.
I don't mind that because that sounds awesome.
It's way more awesome than this story deserves, that's for sure.
So that's like the only good thing that came out of the story was Professor Sinistra or Professor Sinister.
Or Professor Sinatra.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool too. Professor.
To me, my X-Men, the chips are on top of the fridge. I saw a picture like that, and it always stayed with me. It was just so goofy. Like Professor Xavier is sometimes so petty anyway, but that just seems like... Anyway. You will have to do it in a few sessions. She gave me a black gun. I put it in a...
with the guns at a magic school?
Maybe it shoots like fairy dust or something. I don't know. I put it in a strap on my fishnets, like in Redisnet Evil. And that's not a strap. That is a holster that has a belt with it that you can put on your leg. Anyway, never mind. It doesn't matter. She's not listening. She doesn't care. She's Nobody
probably
cares.
laughing at all these dramatic readings going, ha ha ha, I trolled you guys so bad. Now let me slit my wrists.
Then she gave me a black time tuner. After an hour, use the time torner to go back here.
What does it matter? Why should it be an hour?
I don't think that's how those work anyway. Professor Trevelry said, then she and Belody Mary put a pensive in front of me. A pensive what?
Isn't that one of those memory things?
No, pensive means you're thoughtful, like you're in thought.
Well, then what's those memory things? Where, like, you... Now, I've only read about these things in stories, but isn't it supposed to be like a bowl or something with somebody's thoughts? Like memories they took out of their head or put into something?
I actually don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
I thought it was actually called a pensive in the story. Anybody who actually knows Harry Potter, please help us figure this out.
I don't know. I don't remember that. But then I really have not tried very hard to retain a lot of it, like outside of, say,
I have to look
Lego.
this up now because I'm curious.
I mean, the Lego games are it, and even that one is, Hagrid, you great tit. Great.
Potter. Okay, it's spelled differently than the way she has it in the story. The pensive is an object used to review memories. It has the appearance of a shallow stone basin into which are carved runes and strange symbols. It is filled with a silvery substance that appears to be a cloud-like liquid or gas. The collected memories of people...
God, at first I thought you said you were going to say liquid orgasm. I've been reading this story too long.
The collected memories of people who have siphoned their recollections into it. Memories can be viewed from a non-participant third-person point of view.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I still don't know why they're putting it in front of her.
Yeah, because this is just non-interactive memories where she actually has to go back in time, and a pensive has nothing to do with going back in time.
Yeah. Neat idea, but you fucked that up too. So
yeah.
Everyone went in front of it.
For some reason.
Wow, you guys are disgusting. I swear, this is the most kinky, disgusting school
Yeah,
I've ever heard of in my
thought it was a
life.
place for memories, not a place for you to use the toilet.
I mean, geez, if you want to incorporate that into your intimacy, that's one thing. But if you're just going to do it all over the place at the drop of a hat, I don't know. I don't know about you people. Good look, one, everyone shooted. Dark S and Willow gave me death touch sin. Whatever the fuck that is. Then I jumped sexily into defensive. Wow.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, and number one, jumping sexily isn't just no.
Belly flop.
I mean, jumping sexily. Also, if you're jumping into a basin, that's kind of goofy. That's pretty goofy.
And why did everybody have to pee and poo around it?
I don't know. I don't know if that was part of the spell or something or what. I know bodily fluids can be potent in magic, but I'm not really sure that applied here.
No.
Suddenly, I was in front of the school. In front of me was one of the sexiest goth guys I'd ever seen. He was wearing long black hair, so he's wearing it. It wasn't his own. He was wearing someone else's long black hair. Kind of like Mikey Way, only black.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. He had gren eyes. Like Billy Joe Armstrong. And pale wit skin. He was wearing a black ripped up suit with bands. It was Tom Bombadil? Honey, Tom Bombadil's not a goth dude and he's married. Goldberry will fuck your shit up.